Peter Sparling is Distinguished Professor Emeritus of Dance at the University of Michigan, and he was principal dancer with the Martha Graham Dance Company. Man in the Moon is a video that I watched of yours, which also suggests this idea that we're experiencing now about kind of being alone or being somewhere isolated, away from people. Can you tell our viewers about Man in the Moon, what we're seeing there?
Many of my works come about because I want to experiment or explore certain aspects of video technology. In this case, I knew that green screen chroma key technology would allow me to create all sorts of illusions on the screen. So at the Duderstadt Video Studio at the University of Michigan, I asked Jacques and Jeff, the technicians, to train a hot spotlight down on a green floor, thinking that I could then insert a film of an eclipse over that area of the green and give the illusion that I was actually treading the surface of a planet during an eclipse. And I was very fortunate in that I went online and I found beautiful footage by a fellow, William Castleman, who had actually filmed an eclipse in high resolution. So the piece came together quickly. I was fortunate to have permission from a colleague in the composition program at U of M, Eric Santos, to use a score that he had written, a percussion score. And it fit together wonderfully. I see a man almost kind of like a grown-up, lost little prince, who's cast away on some island in the cosmos. It's a time warp. Not only is there an eclipse going on, but he's kind of going in and out of memories, of different psychological states. So in most of my works, I try to leave it open enough so that the viewer can interpret as he or she wishes, but to make it evocative enough and dynamic enough so that it keeps the viewer riveted. This obsession with video really came about through my teaching at the university, in that 20-odd years ago, a colleague and I decided that we needed to offer students the ability to make work on video, to make art on video, because we knew that video was going to become more and more important and it was going to proliferate media. Something about this pandemic that has just been staring me right in the face is this fact that video and media, social media, have become so important. Every arts organization now is bridging this pandemic and of finding modes of communication online. How does one concertize online? What happens to a group of musicians who are all playing together on Zoom? How can dancers interact on Zoom? I mean, these are questions I've been asking for years, but suddenly it seems so important. And we don't know how long this pandemic's going to last. I'm on an advisory committee for the University Musical Society, and we spent most of our last meeting talking about the use of media, of online programming. So long story short, I'm finding that all of my work in video is suddenly becoming extremely relevant to a lot of people.